Welcome everyone, Gamer King Tario here, and thanks for watching another one of my video game reviews. Today I'm going to look at the new flagship launch title for the Wii U, New Super Mario Bros. U. When I reviewed New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the 3DS back in August, I found that while the game was still an excellent platformer, it seemed to run a bit stale. Sure, the platforming was still of great quality, but the coin collecting gimmick made me feel like the series had begun to run out of ideas. So to review another Mario game in the series so soon made me feel a bit hesitant. Thankfully, while New Super Mario Bros. U doesn't signal a complete rebirth in the series, it does take a much needed shift to the hardcore gamer. The series begins where it always does. Mario and the gang are enjoying a peaceful dinner when Bowser comes in and surprise ruins the party, kidnaps Princess Peach and takes over the whole castle. This is all really just an excuse to make your way back to the castle for a final showdown with Bowser, and an excuse to see all the different worlds of the Mushroom Kingdom. When I say the game is switched over to the hardcore gamer, I don't mean in any cosmetic way. The game is of course as unthreatening as ever. What I mean is the difficulty has been ramped up considerably, especially in the later levels. This may not seem like a monumental change, but the change in philosophy has effect on every stage of the game. While the game is nowhere near as unforgiving as say Donkey Kong Country Wii, the change in difficulty makes things fresh, instead of just going through the motions of level to level, and completing a level with all 3 star coins actually feels like an accomplishment instead of just a foregone conclusion. I do want to stress that while the difficulty was well accepted and added great value to me, a few of the levels were extremely difficult to beat, costing me dozens of lives and more frustration than I would expect from a Mario game. When I finally completed Ludwig's Clockwork Tower, I wasn't greeted with any sense of accomplishment. It was more like relief and glad that I never had to go through that again. One benefit of the frustration is the integration of the Miiverse universe. If you die repeatedly on a level, you'll see messages from other people going through the same experience. It's a tiny little detail, but one that lets you know that you're not alone out there, and it brings a nice touch of community to a normally single-player experience. Beyond the difficulty, New Super Mario Bros. U doesn't do much additional to change the classic formula. There's a new power-up like the gliding suit, which allows you to glide and fly for short bursts, but it reminds me a lot of the Leaf from Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Nintendo, so even if it is new, it doesn't really feel new. Like any Mario game, the reason Mario can get away with having the same story, same cast of characters, same Mushroom Kingdom is simply because the platforming is second to none. It's as enjoyable as it was 20 years ago, simple yet challenging. Each level feels meticulously designed from start to finish, and rarely feels tired or repetitive. New Super Mario Bros. U also brings back the overworld feel from previous 2D Marios. The game doesn't feel as linear as previous titles in the new series, even branching past between going from world to world. The overworld also features obstacles and timing battles like the good old Hammer Brothers, making the game feel not so generic like you're just going from level to level. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the graphics, as this is the first true HD Mario we've seen. And while the game looks wonderful, and it's great to see Mario in all those crisp, bright textures, there's nothing here that screams that this is the future from a technological standpoint. It's still just a 2D Mario. Artistically is also the same standard fare, but every once in a while a genuinely wonderful level will come and shake things up. They are rare, but they're the ones that you'll remember, and they'll separate this from others in the new series. New Super Mario Bros. U also features drop in and out same screen multiplayer. This is a lot of fun working together to pass through a level, though the added difficulty might alienate some people who found the previous Wii version enjoyable. For instance, my wife and I played completely through New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but in the new version, by the time we hit the second world, my patience was already running thin by her suckitude. The game also features a few game modes outside of the standard story mode, like challenges where you have to beat levels in a certain amount of time, or collect coins, or stomp on enemies repeatedly to get 1-ups without hitting the ground. These may seem like throwaways, but I found myself playing these a lot more, especially with the gamepad while watching television. They're perfect for commercial breaks, and getting gold medals can be quite difficult, and I found myself playing these more than I thought I would. They're quite a good addition to the game. Overall, the new Super Mario Bros. Series is in a weird place. The nostalgia of playing a 2D Mario has faded, but the platforming is still better than anything else out there. I found the game to be an enjoyable playthrough and one of the Wii U's strongest launch titles. Still, the game is light years behind previous system Mario launch titles. You know what you're getting with New Super Mario Bros. U, a top quality 2D platformer that's been using the same formula that's been going on for 20 years. The added difficulty adds to replay value and makes it a great challenge for those looking for some great platforming. But if you already roll your eyes at the thought of more 2D Mario, you can safely pass and wait for the first HD 3D Mario. Everyone else will be happy to have this game in their collection.